If you're able, please continue to stand for the singing of our national anthem. Mr. Cooper.
General salute, present arms. Oh, Canada, our home and native land, true patriot love in all of us command. With glowing hearts we see thee rise, the true north, strong and free. From far and wide, O Canada, we stand on guard for thee. God keep our land glorious and free. O Canada, we stand on guard for thee. O Canada, we stand on guard for thee. Guard, rest on your arms. Rubbers.
Please be seated. As a member of the Toronto Police Military Veterans Association, it is a tremendous honor for me to lead us today in our service of remembrance. The land acknowledgement that we share today is about much more than the land itself. We begin our gatherings and ceremonies with words of gratitude and thanks because it is the right thing to do. We pause today to honor the Mississaugas of the Credit, the Anishinaabe, the Chippewas, the Haudenosaunee, and the Wendat peoples, and the relationships we first had with them on these lands and how those relationships have changed over centuries. Relationships that evolved from the dependence of settlers on the generosity and friendship of our First Nations, to trade and to military alliances. It is fitting that we honor all of our relationships with those who answered the call of their respective communities. Without question, without reservation, with great personal sacrifice. Here in this place, the City of Toronto, or Toronto for some, the Treaty 13 with the Mississaugas of the Credit, and the Williams Treaty with multiple Mississauga and Chippewa bands guide us in our shared responsibility to protect, preserve, and defend the land, the water, the animals, and all First Nations, Inuit and Métis, who have come to call our city home. Miigwech, thank you. I'd like to thank the Toronto Police Aboriginal Peacekeeping Unit for their guidance and assistance with today's land acknowledgement. This year marks several significant anniversaries. The 80th anniversary of D-Day, the 75 years since the founding of NATO, 10 years since the end of the peacekeeping mission in Afghanistan, and the centennial of the Royal Canadian Air Force. 104 years ago, a group of Toronto police members who had taken leave from the force to serve in World War I held a meeting at Yonge and College Street, a few short steps from where we gather here this morning. The inaugural meeting in September of 1920 brought with it the formation of the Toronto Police War Veterans Association. Those founding members made a promise that we renew here today, a promise of service to the surviving families and to the veterans in need, a promise of remembrance, to remember those who gave their lives to help preserve their legacy and for us to help pass that torch of remembrance to future generations. We will remember them here today, by reading their names aloud. We will commit to one another to never forget. Mr. Scarlino. No, just the chief. Sorry, folks.
The honor roll for the Toronto Police Service in the First World War. Mr. Spencer.
Police Constable 406, William Arnold.
Absent with cause, Chief.
Police Constable 406, William Arnold, Princess Patricia's Canadian Light Infantry. Died of wounds received near Dickebusch, Belgium on March 26, 1915.
Police Constable 489, Joseph Walden.
Absent with cause.
Police Constable 489, Joseph Walden, Princess Patricia's Canadian Light Infantry. Died of wounds received near Ypres, Belgium, April 25, 1915.
Police Constable 33, James Gamick.
Absent with cause.
Police Constable 33, James Gamick, 1st Battalion Scots Guards, killed in action at the Battle of Loos, France, October 13, 1915.
Police Constable 239, William Connor.
Absent with cause.
Police Constable 239, William Connor, 1st Brigade Canadian Field Artillery, died of wounds received near Ypres, Belgium, July 15, 1916.
Police Constable 457, Charles Leo Gillen.
Absent with cause.
Police Constable 457, Charles Gillen, Princess Patricia's Canadian Light Infantry, killed in action near Mount Sorel, Belgium, July 16, 1916.
Police Constable 47, William McCullough.
Absent with cause.
Police Constable 47, William McCullough, 4th Battalion Canadian Mounted Rifles, killed in action at the Battle of Courcelette, France, September 16, 1916.
Police Constable 426, Samuel Johnston.
Absent with cause.
Police Constable 426, Samuel Johnston, 20th Battalion Canadian Expeditionary Force, died of wounds received at the Battle of Courcelette, France, September 17, 1916.
Police Constable 470, Alfred Sim.
Absent with cause.
Police Constable 470, Alfred Sim, 15th Battalion, 48th Highlanders of Canada, killed in action at the Battle of Ancre Heights, France, October 6, 1916.
Police Constable 468, Francis Reed Smith.
Absent with cause.
Police Constable 468, Francis Smith, 2nd Battalion, Eastern Ontario Regiment, killed in action at the Battle of Ancre Heights, France, October 7, 1916.
Police Constable 168, James Blair.
Absent with cause.
Police Constable 168, James Blair, 2nd Battalion, Royal Inniskilling Fusiliers, killed in action at the Battle of the Ancre, France, November 18, 1916.
Police Constable 511, David Johnson.
Absent with cause.
Police Constable 511, David Johnson, 4th Brigade Canadian Field Artillery, died of wounds received at the Battle of the Ancre, France, November 19, 1916.
Police Constable 276, Mosley Chapman.
Absent with cause.
Police Constable 276, Mosley Chapman, 4th Battalion Canadian Mounted Rifles, died of wounds received near Courcelette, France, April 1, 1917.
Police Constable 540, Robert Clark.
Absent with cause.
Police Constable 540, Robert Clark, 42nd Battalion, Royal Highlanders of Canada, killed in action at the Battle of Vimy Ridge, France, April 9, 1917.
Police Constable 451, William Hayes.
Absent with cause.
Police Constable 451 William Haynes, 75th Battalion. Killed in action at the Battle of Vimy Ridge, France, April 9th, 1917.
Police Constable 374 Andrew Johnson.
Absent with cause.
Police Constable 374 Andrew Johnson, 75th Battalion. Killed in action at the Battle of Vimy Ridge, France, April 9th, 1917.
Police Constable 274 Samuel McGowan.
Absent with cause.
Police Constable 274 Samuel McGowan, 75th Battalion. Killed in action at the Battle of Vimy Ridge, France, April 9th, 1917.
Police Constable 481 Randall Chandler.
Absent with cause.
Police Constable 481 Randall Chandler, 19th Battalion. Killed in action near Fresnoy, France, May 8th, 1917.
Police Constable 562 Andrew Spence.
Absent with cause.
Police Constable 362 Andrew Spence, killed in action near Maroc, France, August 9th, 1917.
Police Constable 574 Thomas Harding.
Absent with cause.
Police Constable 574 Thomas Harding, 15th Battalion, 48th Highlanders of Canada. Killed in action at the Battle of Hill 70, France, August 15th, 1917.
Police Constable 470 Thomas Churchward.
Absent with cause.
Police Constable 470 Thomas Sidney Churchward, 3rd Battalion, Toronto Regiment. Killed in action at the Battle of Passchendaele, November 6, 1917.
Police Constable 142 Samuel James Caulfield.
Absent with cause.
Police Constable 142 Samuel Caulfield, 116th Battalion. Died of wounds received near Lens, France, December 20th, 1917.
Police Constable 452 George Renwin Stanage.
Absent with cause.
Police Constable 452 George Stanage, 6th Brigade, Canadian Field Artillery. Killed in action near Arras, France, April 22nd, 1918.
Police Constable 490 Ernest Creighton.
Absent with cause.
Police Constable 490 Ernest Creighton, 13th Battalion, Royal Highlanders of Canada. Killed in action at the Battle of Amiens, August 8th, 1918.
Police Constable 20 James Hamilton.
Absent with cause.
Police Constable 20 James Hamilton, 58th Battalion. Killed in action at the Battle of the Scarpe, August 28th, 1918.
Police Constable 148 Moses Patterson.
Absent with cause.
Police Constable 148 Moses Patterson, 116th Battalion. Killed in action at the Battle of the Scarpe, August 28th, 1918.
Police Constable 560 William George Penfound.
Absent with cause.
Police Constable 560 William Penfound, 75th Battalion. Died of wounds received near Anzin, France, December 13th, 1918.
Stenographer George Pirin.
Absent with cause, Chief.
Police Stenographer George Piran, 5th Battalion, Canadian Railway Troops. Died accidentally in Liverpool, England, April 19th, 1919. Mr. Lobianco, the honor roll for the Second World War.
Sir. Police Constable John L. Bradbury.
Absent with cause, Chief.
Police Constable 100 John Bradbury, number 20 Operational Training Unit, Royal Air Force. Killed in training off the coast of Scotland, April 1st, 1942.
Police Constable Charles M. Shannon.
Absent with cause.
Police Constable Charles Shannon, number 419 Squadron, Royal Canadian Air Force. Killed in action over Warnemünde, Germany, May 9th, 1942.
Cadet Jack Lawrence.
Absent with cause.
Police Cadet Jack Lawrence, number 243 Squadron, Royal Air Force. Killed in action over Tabourba, Tunisia, January 30th, 1943.
Police Constable Arthur T. Orell.
Absent with cause.
Police Constable 354 Arthur Orell, Royal Canadian Ordnance Corps. Killed in training at Saint Jean, Quebec, March 3rd, 1943.
Cadet Stanley J. McElrath.
Absent with cause.
Police Cadet Stanley McIlrath, number 425 Squadron, Royal Canadian Air Force. Killed in action over Messina, Sicily, June 30th, 1943.
Technician James McPherson.
Absent with cause.
Fingerprint expert James McPherson, number 10 Elementary Flying Training School. Killed in training near Riceville, Ontario, September 4th, 1943.
Police Constable Clarence V. Courtney.
Absent with cause.
Police Constable 302 Clarence Courtney, number 84 Company, Royal Canadian Army Service Corps. Killed in action during the invasion of Normandy, June 6th, 1944.
Patrol Sergeant Harry L. Smuck.
Absent with cause.
Patrol Sergeant Harry Smuck, 6th Canadian Armored Regiment, 1st Hussars. Killed in action at the Battle of Le Mesnil-Patry, France, June 11th, 1944.
Cadet William E. Hammond.
Absent with cause.
Police Cadet William Hammond, 3rd Canadian Division Headquarters Support Battalion. Killed in a motor vehicle crash in Bradford, England, June 15th, 1944.
Cadet George R. Kotha.
Absent with cause.
Police Cadet George Kodup, number 22 Operational Training Unit, Royal Air Force. Killed in training near Cumberland, England, June 16th, 1944.
Police Constable William H. DeTruzak.
Absent with cause.
Police Constable 363 William Dutrezak, Argyll and Sutherland Highlanders of Canada. Killed in action at the Battle of the Scheldt, the Netherlands, October 24th, 1944.
Police Constable Roy Reed.
Absent with cause. Chief.
Police Constable 836 Roy Reed, Canadian Provo Corps. Died of service-related illness on December 30th, 1946. Thank you.
All members accounted for, Chief. Please now stand if you are able. It is my pleasure to call upon the President of Toronto Police Military Veterans, Mr. Dana Gidlow, for the Ode to Fallen.
They shall not grow old, as we that are left grow old. Age shall not weary them, nor the years condemn. At the going down in the sun and in the morning, we will remember them.
We will remember them. Please be seated. In an act of remembrance of our fallen, a number of wreaths will now be presented. On behalf of the Toronto Police Services Board, I call upon Chair Ann Morgan to present a wreath. On behalf of the Toronto Police Service, I call upon Chief Myron Demkew to present a wreath. On behalf of the Toronto Police Military Veterans Association, I call upon former president of the association and World War II veteran, Mr. Jack Reed, to present a wreath. Representing the 1st Canadian Parachute Battalion and nephew of Victoria Cross recipient 1945 Frederick Topham, I call upon Mr. Gordon Barrett to present a wreath. The fields of Flanders, Belgium, saw some of the fiercest fighting that took place during the First World War. The once lush green fields of Flanders would become dark and barren as a result of the intense shelling that occurred. But in the springtime, the fields would sprout with scarlet-colored poppies. These surroundings would inspire the poem In Flanders Fields, written by Canadian physician Lieutenant Colonel John McCrae, who served at a field hospital at Essex Farm in the midst of the intense fighting. The poem and the poppy have become universal symbols that signify our commitment to remember. A long-standing tradition of our Toronto Police Service ceremony included the reading of a poem of our proud and dedicated member, Hugh Ferguson, Sr. Although Hugh is no longer with us, he is forever in our memories. We will uphold that tradition by reading that poem today. I would like to call forward Toronto Police Military Veterans member Dave Donaldson to recite In Flanders Fields.
In Flanders Fields, penned in 1917 on the front lines by Lieutenant Colonel John McCrae shortly before his death. In Flanders Fields, the poppies blow, between the crosses, row on row, that mark our place, and in the sky, the larks still bravely singing fly, scarce heard amid the guns below. We are the dead, short days ago. We lived, felt dawn, saw sunset glow, loved, and were loved, and now we lie in Flanders Fields. Take up our quarrel with the foe, To you from flailing hands we throw the torch. Be yours to hold it high. If ye break faith with us who die, we shall not sleep, though poppies grow in Flanders fields.
I would now like to call upon Padre Daniel Saw to come forward for the benediction.
Thank you. Will you join me in this prayer of remembrance? Eternal God and sovereign of us all, on this Remembrance Day, commemorating 105 years since its first official observance, we pause to pay tribute to the fallen, those who have gone before us and paid the ultimate sacrifice to secure our freedoms and liberties which we now enjoy. For those who are alive and remain with us, with special recognition and mention of Mr. Jack Reed, through your living presence, you represent those who have gone before us. You are the living memory of the Toronto Police Military Veterans Association. For those who are currently serving, may your divine protection and presence abide with them in their going out and coming in. And for all the Toronto Police Service, from our chief, his family and office, our deputy command, our divisional command, and all the men and women serving in uniform as they serve and protect, may you, O God, serve and protect them and their families. From the rising of the sun to the going down thereof, we will remember them. And so, O God, may you bless and keep our land glorious and free. Amen.
If you are able, please rise for the singing of the Royal Anthem. Mr. Ross, carry on, centuries.
Guard, present, arms.
God save our gracious King, long live our noble King. God save the King. Send him victorious, happy and glorious, long to reign over us. God save the King.
Guard, shoulder, arms.
Please be seated. When you go home, tell them of us and say, for your tomorrow we gave our today. Mr. Ross, carry on.
Guard, outwards, turn. Guard, marking time, not the hold. Quick, march.
Thank you all for attending today's important service of remembrance. Be well, be kind to one another, and never forget. Thank you.